Good old coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone out there. We are almost 1 second. I'll give you guys the. Well, you can hear. You never hear this stuff on really professional channels where they just, you
Know what they're
yeah,
doing.
you hear keyboards clicking and everything. Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. Now, yeah, we are live on Indie Vote Radio as well. So, hello out there in the real world. We're coming to you from a fake place, the internet. Place does not exist. But, damn if it doesn't affect our everyday lives.
Coffee's pouring, everyone. Come on
It
in.
is delicious pouring coffee. I like my coffee as syrupy as possible. Very sweet. Low coffee with my sugar is fine.
Just cinnamon and almond milk. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Cinnamon, okay.
Black and bitter is my soul, please.
Yes, black and bitter. There you go.
My nickname.
I hear you with that.
Yes.
Oh, hey guys, it's been as soon as we leave here today, we end the show. Lola and I got to finish packing up, heading up to Grand Rapids Comic Con.
That's awesome.
We'll be there all weekend. Eric's gonna be there too. Dreaded Dinosaur, he'll be there.
Yep.
I used to only see Eric like once every couple of months at cons. Now I see him a lot more. But and plus he's on the show. But I remember I had no idea Eric was going to a show in Iowa once, and we were like across the hall from each other. So I was able to send my son to go get me stuff. Like, see if Eric has a Sharpie. See if Eric has tape.
Sharpie, singles you never bring, ride home. I mean, the list is endless.
My list can grow so quickly. Guys, it is Thursday morning here, November 11th, 2021. Listening to us right now on Indie Vote Radio, we got 41,409 people listening on Indie Vote Radio. Thank you. You can listen on Indie Vote Radio by downloading the app as well as asking Alexa to play it. You can go onto the Indie Vote website and listen. There's a radio player there. You can listen to us live. And we're going to talk about some indie comics today. We're going to talk about some indie issues. And I got some announcement. Eric has an announcement to make, I know. And we're looking. It's gonna be a great show. I'm gonna roll the intro. And we're gonna get into it. These fine folks, our fine panel, introduce themselves.
Clickety clickety.
Here's the intro. Here we go. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Short and sweet. Coffee still pouring. Oh.
There we go. Usually the coffee comes down after I run the video, but that's because Randy runs the video. I click I turn the coffee off. So. All the jobs are screwed around now.
Yeah. I should probably be doing more regularly on Thursdays, but it's just so hard to get up on Thursday morning.
Oh man, it's the worst. I've tried to figure out a way to pre-record the show. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. You can't.
If you can just pre-record yourself and then let the rest of the show go live.
Yeah. It'll be Yeah. Hello, everybody out there. My name is Vera Grant. I am the founder of Indie Vote Media LLC. Been making comics since 2008, and this, that I've been doing. I've been trying to do it anyway. Isn't that an assistance program for this? Should be. I don't know. Anyway, so that's me. I'm joined this morning, a rare appearance in the morning, although she's not on camera. The Indie Princess has joined me. Hello, Indy. Oh, there she is.
I'm not on camera because I'm doing homework.
Are you still doing homework?
I am. Yeah. I got like 3 more things I got to do.
It sucks.
Before we leave.
Tell everybody who you are, real quickly. Okay, real quick.
I am Lola, your Indie Princess. I am the EIC of IndieVote.com, and I am the creator and writer of Lore, which has a few hours left on Kickstarter, so go check it out.
Very good, very good. And you, sir?
My name is Eric Hodson. I am the Dreaded Dinosaur Man, working for Genuine Comics on the new comic American Bliss. I got my webtoon Dreaded Dinosaur Man on webtoon and Tapas. frequent contributor here at Indie Vault, and also working on the British Bulldog Gilded Avenger book for Mess Bucket Comics. So a lot of plates spinning.
Yes, he's a very busy man. How about you, Nathan?
Sorry. Hi, my name is Nathan Luth. I am the illustrator and co-creator of Impure Blood, a epic fantasy graphic novel series that is currently funding on Kickstarter.
And Mr. Sam Vera.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sam, the Crazy Man Vera, creator and founder of Catch the Craze podcast, and also a comic book creator. I currently have Forbidden, which is running on both Kickstarter and Indiegogo right now. It's a dark epic fantasy series.
Very good. We'll take a look at that today as well. John, I said John. There you go. Introduce yourself.
So my name's Ajanu. I'm the creator of Starshy Comics. Right now, I have my first issue live on Indiegogo. It's called Aslan: The Awakening.
Very good. We'll take a look at that. We've had you on the show before. We will take a look at that to see how you're doing. And we're joined this morning by Travis Gibb. Hello, Travis. Good
Hey, good morning. How are you?
We're all here.
We're all here. I'm Travis Gibb. I'm publisher of Orange Cone Productions. We do Broke Down. We do Cthulhu Invades Oz. We do Voodoo Nations. And currently we have live Holiday Spirits. And much like Variant, I've been around for a long time. Back in my day, Bleeding Cool actually could read an article without a pop-up or an ad playing. And you could read the whole thing. It was a beautiful time.
It's like we start dating ourselves. Eric and I were we were on the road going to some convention. We're talking about old websites. We're talking about Web Crawler and Ain't It Cool News.
Ain't It Cool News is great. I miss Ain't It Cool News.
Yeah.
I got you guys beat. I was thinking the other day about buying comics in the grocery store. So
I'll never forget my first comic that I ever bought with my own money. It was an issue of Iron Man where he was fighting the U.S. agent, and I got it off the newsstand in the grocery store.
Yes.
We've got an active chat this morning, Varian. I just want to give a couple, get some shout outs going here. Genuine Comics checking in. Hey, how's it going, boss? Sarah, good morning. Ooh, sell a lot, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, we hope so, Sarah. We hope so.
Imperial Vol checking in. Good morning.
Morning.
Sarah is impressed with the panel. Gorgeous is what she says. Nita is in chat. Good morning, Nita. Catch the Craze podcast.
Yeah, Sam.
GMs.
He's doing his own promotion.
And another friend from across the pond, Sin Killer, Marv, checking in. Good morning, sir.
Kill those things.
So I had a question sent to me, guys, and I wanted your opinion of it. If everyone is kind of familiar with the John Campea situation that just happened, John Campea is a movie critic, Collider, AMC Movies. He's been a critic and a movie aficionado for a few years now. He's got quite the following on YouTube. I like John Campea. I do. He would get Photoshop pictures and for Spider-Man, usually clear fakes. Well, he got some other Photoshop pictures, and for some reason, or John said the reason why he watermarked because the last time he posted a picture, it got 12,000 retweets. So he thought, well, you know what? If I'm gonna put these Photoshops out here with this little winky face, I'm gonna watermark them. This is what he said he did. So people can come and find me, and he did. He got 1,000 new Twitter followers like within like 5 minutes of posting the pictures. But he also got a call from, I believe he said, someone who's an insider, and they said, "Hey, John, don't know where you got those pictures from, but those might not be Photoshop. Those might be real." Now I'm not gonna put the photos up because I don't want Disney to come pull the string. But it shows 3 actors. It's all over the internet. You can't even get away from it. It shows 3 actors, all dressed as the same hero. It shows another character sitting at the table with Aunt May and Happy, and it's like, oh crap! All these things that we've heard that were like far-fetched rumors on Reddit are actually true for this movie. So, in that light, I got sent a question that said, if your comic was leaked, let's say Ain't It Cool News got a hold of the last like 8 pages and broke down Travis, and they posted them like, hey, check these out on Twitter, would you be upset?
No, because it means that Ain't It Cool News is back, and really good news coverage, and I'm excited. Hopefully, this means View Askew is also coming back, so I can know everything Kevin Smith is doing on every moment of every day. No, that doesn't bother me. You know, I would do exactly what Disney's doing, refute it, and come up with another Tom Holland. No, there's no Spider-Man here. Post, to make sure it's legit.
Eric, how about you? You know, a big part of your new comic gets ruined. Well, not ruined, but like people already suspected what was going to happen. Now they have visual confirmation. Are you upset?
No, not really, because it's good promotion. It's a good thing to piggyback off of, and get more signups, get more publicity, get more sales, and plus being a one-man operation, it would be easy to subvert too, because provided I haven't sent the book to the printer. Maybe there's a change I was thinking about. Like, maybe we'll make that change.
So you got to make them out to be the liars now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I seen Lola. You were shaking your head. You were saying no, you don't agree. You be upset?
I would be pissed.
Why?
Because there's a lot that goes on in lore, but like the last 10 pages shows who survives.
I'm gonna watermark it right now. I don't lie.
So no, I'd be pissed.
Anybody else want to chime in?
To Lola's point, as an artist and a writer, I can certainly see why that would be vexing, because you have this thing that you wanted to be a surprise, and it's kind of spoiling the surprise a little bit. But as a business person and a marketing person, I'd be like if this many people were going nuts over my property, I'd be like, yes, fight my children. So no. This is only doing. I might have a little bit of fun with it as well. I really enjoyed the. I think somebody took the movie poster and circled literally everything on there. Like, look, Vulture confirmed, and Electro, lightning bolt in the background. That means Electro's there, and look, could this be Ben Reilly from the Clone Saga and all this kind of thing? So I might be having a little fun with it as well, but. No, the dirty secret is leaks and spoilers actually sell, and they make people want to see the movie. So all these people that have been floating conspiracy theories and getting all excited because, oh my goodness, we're gonna have all 13 Spider-Men in the movie at the same time.
I just want 2 of them pointing at each other.
Yeah, that one, yeah, right. They're all pretty much guaranteed to go see it now. And as for Dee Dee sitting at the table with Peter and Aunt May and Happy Hogan and stuff like that, I'm like, at last, finally, good. I in the portal scene at the end of Endgame, I was just like, they couldn't have just had a portal open and had the defenders pop out and just had each one punch a bad guy. And
nope, couldn't do that.
But whatever. But
I remember I think they had a talk about that. Sam, did I see you shake your head too? Like you wouldn't like it?
Well, it all depends on the brand. If you have contracts with sponsors, it all depends on what's happening on the back end and how detrimental it is to those relations. So I think everybody loves to speculate. Everybody loves, that to get that inside information, but sometimes it hurts where you can't see where it hurts. So it really all depends and on the size of the organization. But if you're putting a lot of information out there, causing people to speculate, then you own that, because because you put out too many Easter eggs, and people are smart, especially the true diehard fans. They're going to be able to pick up on those things. So the more information you put out, the easier it is for them to decipher your cryptic message. And then you're going to be like, oh, damn, we thought we were smarter. Well, damn, we didn't think they were going to figure it out. Well, shame on you. But it all depends. I just think it all depends.
I agree. I agree with that too. John, what do you think?
Man, this is my first issue, so that would be them doing me a huge favor if they were to do that. But it also depends if it's like, is it with dialogue or without dialogue? The pages that they're
So we'll assume for this case it's with dialogue. Like it's a big spoiler.
Yeah, I would act like I'm upset just so I could get the ball rolling more, and then just I'll be good from there.
Yeah, the thing with it is when something like that happens, I mean, getting upset's not going to solve anything. The big thing is you need to know how to pivot on these things. You know, how do you turn it to your advantage? And that's like the biggest thing.
Yeah. 100%.
I
we got our buddy Russ checking in also from across the pond. And he says, "Hey, y'all," and waves at us.
Hello, Russ. Yeah. In the chat. And then the last question I got from Indie Vote Radio was, what do you guys think? And this is weird because this is someone who's, I don't know if they ever wrote in before, but do you guys think that a convention promoter should be concerned if, in fact, like no one comes to their show and the people who are attending their exhibitors don't make any money? Should he or she go around and apologize to each vendor, or have a conversation with each vendor, or is it just like, hey, I tried, I did everything I can, I got billboards, I got flyers, they did their due diligence, they tried to get people there, did not show up. Do you guys think it's a convention promoter's responsibility to go around, or at least send staff around to apologize? I think it'd be a nice gesture.
Yes.
But
if you want to have a con number 2, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to show some empathy, and just some concern. Say, if you've done all those things, then it's beyond your control. And I think if you don't show that you care, you're not going to have anybody come back to your show, because what you're going to have is everybody use their platforms to trash your show. So you have to use that time to say, look, guys, I tried everything. I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. Try to repair those relationships, because you're going to have a lot of people who pissed because everyone spent a lot of money to get there. If you show your humanity, people will be like, oh, I get it. Yeah, I saw your billboard. Yeah, I saw the ads. I know you did what you did. I'll just take this as a loss. But if you don't give a damn, you're not going to survive.
Right. I agree with that too. Man, it's funny. I don't think I have an opinion about it. Now that I think about it, but someone else go. Someone else is smarter than me.
Well, DashCon did not do that, and the only thing that's popular and famous about them is the ball pit.
And the young lady who accidentally started DashCon is going to be at Grand Rapids Comic Con with us this weekend. I'm excited to hear her talk about it. I did see her YouTube channel where she discussed it. Yeah. Do you? Because I was thinking, even with this situation, or putting you guys' pages out. Because if we do that on IndieVote, by the way, if we start taking your pages and putting an IndieVote watermark on them, I expect to get a call much like this. I'm going to do it as a excerpt from the scene of Surviving Supercon. I'm probably going to get a copyright claim. That's okay though. Here you go.
You really fucked me. This is real shit, because this is I understand. Okay, you should not have done it. So I'm going to go, because I'm going to go in 2 days.
That's the call I expect to get from all of you. Hey, Vera. you okay. Even with a con though, like if you go, you spend. I mean, Eric, I don't want to. Have you spent north of $500 for a table at a show?
Oh yes, definitely. And I've lost north of $500 on shows too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget. Like I have a rule now where I do not do any show that is a fun fest. If fun and fest is in the name, no. Because I've had more than one fun fest be a complete total bomb. And I'll never forget the one that was out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I went to them, was like, because nobody was there. Okay, I mean, you had Kevin Sorbo, you had Lando Calrissian. There's some decent stars spending all day on their damn phones because there was nobody there at all. And so I went out and I was like tearing them a new one. I was like, "Did you guys do anything? Did you?" Well, we got a Facebook page.
No.
So that night, I was calling every local news organization as soon as I got out of the show, like telling them, doing their job for them in the hopes that the people would show up Sunday. I could recoup some of my losses. Unfortunately, it didn't materialize because that's a late day Hail Mary pass that didn't profit. But yeah, so and as Russ has chimed in here with. Promoter's job is to promote. No one comes through the door, it's their fault. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that too, Russ. It's you got to put. I mean, because like now, Mark Hodges, who does Grandpa's Comic Con, he's always a open door of information, and he'll tell you exactly what's going on. Sometimes, like you're like, should I be hearing this? But he told me, he said, he told me how like it's hard to even like he gets billboard space. And he liked it better, I believe. I might be putting words in his mouth, but I believe he told me he liked it better when they're physical billboards rather than digital. Because now the digital billboards are kind of rip off. They'll charge you the same price, but your ad's only visible for 10 seconds and it switches over to something else. But the printed billboards, those you could get outbidded for. So you might have locked your campaign down on that billboard for a month. 4 months ago, but it's November, it's an election year. Here comes some politician and they double pay and you get kicked out that spot. Yeah, because the politicians come first. And Travis, have you would you want an apology from the promoter? Would you seek one out?
Well, I mean, I think the first solution is that Twitch follower says if you want to be famous, buy follows and views on bigfollow.com. I think that's the biggest solution you can do. I think that they're helping. Yeah, I think promoters should do a good job. I honestly think and I don't know why cons don't do this. I think the last 2 hours of any con should be free. Get as many people in the door to buy, because then people won't pack up early. Because that's the other problem too, is people start leaving when people start packing up early because the con's slow. So if they knew they were getting another big rush at the end, people would stay. But I do think they should come over to apologize. I do think that they should, try to make it right the best they can. Some of these things happen. Especially in 2000, in pandemic worlds, not just 2020, 2021, these pandemic worlds, it's hard to predict these things and what will be good and what's not. But, if someone put down a lot of money, there should be a way to bring them to the booth, whether that be, hey, next year we're going to do this. We're going to get little stamp cards and encourage them to go to each booth, whatever the case would be to get them to go. One of the things that they do in Florida that's really stupid is they'll have the vendors on one side and the creators on another. So it'll be a different building. So the creators will be on one and the vendors. So the vendors will get the majority of the people. And most people won't even know there's a second building to see the creators. So what is going on? Someone dying?
Someone's getting spanked.
Someone's going to learn today.
Well, Travis, did you say the last 2 hours of a con should be free?
Yeah.
Now, I gotta tell you, I got a problem with that because I've seen the last 30 minutes of a show be free. Okay. And usually what you get is the people who can I put this? Okay. They did it at a show that I was at recently, and the last 30 minutes, I don't think they planned on it, but at the last 30 minutes, they boxed up and they left. The front, the gatekeepers are like, bye, we're done. Everybody watching the door. Well, these kids run in and they're like, it's 8 of them, and they come to your table. And the friend is, you got anything for free? And it's like, what? And yeah, you got anything for free? What's this? How much is this? How much is this? And one boy, he straight up told me, he's like, he's looking at we had some the wife, she has a bunch of trading cards her grandfather gave her. So we're trying to get rid of them because they're just filling in my living room. There's tons and tons of trading cards, complete sets. And he's like, are these valuable? And she says, well, they can be. They go up in value. You make money with them? She's like, well, yeah. And then he gives him that I'm gonna steal them stare.
The side eye going on there,
yeah. And I'm like, and these kids are running through the convention, and so we sat at our table until they left because they were like these kids are running around the convention like, and it's like we can't even take our stuff outside and come back and get it because these kids are running around. There's Cream in the chat. Hey, Dave. Yeah, it's a very weird situation.
I just got an email a couple days ago from a promoter, and I'm surprised that they survived the pandemic, honestly, because of how badly attended their shows are. But their first shows, like the very first ones, they did the advertising, they did the promotion, and their shows were, I don't want to call them out, but their shows were definitely fantastic cons. And after that, they just completely stopped all that. And they sent an email out. I was like, we're giving away tickets to our next big event. You could win tickets. I'm like, win tickets? The day before, you're just going to be going around the town, painting the town with those tickets. Because that's what they would do in lieu of advertising. They would just throw tickets out, around for free everywhere. And
everyone gets a ticket.
It's like,
well, I had experience with two different cons. One that I'll never do again, because I believe, and everybody else in the pit believed that they didn't do enough to promote it, and we felt the effects of it. It was just like you go into a party and nobody shows up, and no apologies, nothing. It was just like it is what it is. So it's one of the things that we scratched off the list. We did Baltimore Comic Con years ago. And it was storming in the morning, so nobody was showing up because it was like really bad outside. The promoter went out and bought McDonald's breakfast for everybody at the convention, all of the the vendors, and just say, I'm sorry for the rain, whatever. He didn't have to. We knew that the weather was going to impact it. You can't control the weather, but he went out and bought everybody breakfast, and then the storm went away, and then the crowd started coming, and we felt good. And we, it was like, what, this is a show I'll always do because this guy actually cares about the people that paid hard-earned money to be there.
One little small gesture like that, and it's like,
yeah. That's why I plugged his name. The
show. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and that kind of thing is nice, and it is important, and it does show that the showrunners do care about the audience, and I think it's a good diplomatic move to go around and personally apologize and stuff like that. At the end of the day, though, if like nobody showed up, if it's literally if there are literally more vendors than there are attendants, then I'm just not going to be back, and that's like that's the end of it. I mean, goodwill is important. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I'm a business that's there to do business, and they had one job, and that was to get folks in the door. So something broke there. So like it's one of those things that's nice, but at the end of the day, and it's definitely a better look than I'm just going to go hide in my office for the last hour of the show, so I don't get any bad vibes on me. But,
I think that's a good point, because I just got through watching like the Survivor Supergod movie, and they show where I didn't know this, guys, but there are different metal detectors for different types of weaponry. So there's no like one size fits all metal detector. There was there's one for there's one that searches for explosives. There's another that searches for assault rifles. And then there's another type that searches for small arms. So, and unfortunately for SuperCon, they ordered the wrong ones. They didn't order, but people who were in charge of ordering them ordered the wrong ones. They ordered the explosive ones, which they had by the door, which is already too late when they're at the door, right? And then they ordered the assault rifle one. And people, they didn't figure this out until I think like a day into the show. Like, oh no, people can be, walking into the show and they could be armed, and we don't know it. They said one interesting thing in that documentary too. They said we don't have a weapons check. So many other cons have. We've all seen it. Weapons checks. We go over there and you have to make sure that your sword is. That we don't have weapons check. We call it a prop check. You don't bring weapons to Comic-Con.
Right.
And I thought, it's a millennial thing to do. It's a prop check. It's a prop check. We've all seen what props can do now, guys. So You
Right.
guys are, the weapon checks, and I think they're important. I think security needs to be tighter in some of these shows, especially since I have a big mouth.
Well, especially at SuperCon, I don't know if they showed it, but SuperCon has a wrestling thing that they do.
Yeah.
So they have this big giant wrestling, and it's really so they dress up as like Transformers versus G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And like it gets the crowd really wound up, like because these people take their fandom very seriously. I've seen it many a times where people will run up, like trying to help out their GI Joe and be like, "No, you can't. This is a show. They're wrestlers." Like because it looks like cosplays just randomly decided to wrestle. That's kind of the vibe they try to get on. Like two cosplayers are coming from the audience to wrestle, and they people forget that it's the show.
Yeah, I discovered that Skeletor beat Deadpool for the Florida SuperCon championship, and it really upset me. I'm like, Skeletor can't beat Deadpool,
Right.
Who's
So
booking this?
I'll address it, Varian, when I go back. I'll address it. I'll talk.
All right, thank you.
So has anybody heard of an act of violence ever being committed at a con? Because you got me thinking. The only thing that I've ever heard was like a while back. I heard someone got stabbed in Hall H. I'm like, oh my god, what happened? And like my mind immediately went to like all the swords and I thought maybe somebody got bat left in Hall H or something like that, and then like read the rest of the story and it was like, nah, mechanical pencil. Like some nerd stabbed another nerd with a mechanical pencil. So I was just wondering if anybody else had
I think the most severe thing I've ever heard of was the incident with Jason David Frank at Phoenix Comic-Con, and the guy didn't even get into the building. He was a psychopath out there trying to get in and go after him.
Oh, really?
But that had repercussions for every show. I think every show ramped up their weapons check. The Denver Comic-Con at the time turned into a complete shit show in the morning trying to get in because they made basically attendees were mixed in with the general people to kind of get in line to go through the weapons check. And so it was just a cluster.
I think I remember that actually. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I know there's been fights. And there's never been like, I don't think there's ever been any like, and thank God there's ever been any mass situations like that. But we do have to be a little more careful with these shows now. Things are getting crazy out there. I'm glad.
One of the things that I have always remarked at over my many years of doing shows is that the fandom culture, the nerd culture, is very chill with each other.
Yes.
Like I haven't a lot of the things that get complained about in the news. I haven't seen those things happen at shows. And you have a very diverse group of people interacting with each other, and I think ding ding, that's a win for our little mini subculture here. That we don't really have any of these issues. They're either fake issues on Twitter or it's the news being hyperbolic.
Well, I mean, I have witnessed some uncomfortable behavior towards some lady friends of mine at cons and stuff like that. With the proviso that your experience might vary on sex, race, etc. Broadly speaking, I do feel like the nerd population is pretty cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool is this book, Impure Blood, Volume 1.
Hey, that's me.
This is your campaign.
No, thanks very much. I made it myself.
I'm gonna play the video here real quick.
Go for it. Oh. Impure Blood is an epic 4-book fantasy saga about Dara, a young lady with mysterious past who frees a half-human gladiator because she believes he can lead her to the last full-blooded member of his ancient mystical people, in the hopes that they would know how to tame the power running through her veins before it burns her from the inside out. The Kabbalistic All is her last resort, but he's up to something, and like everyone else, he's got a price Dara isn't sure she's willing to pay. Meanwhile, Caspian, Mac, Roan, Elnor, and James race back to Caleb's desert lab for answers, only to find that they are too late. Now they have to convince the enemy of their enemy to be friends. Can they enlist the dysfunctional Watcher Society to unite against the threat posed by Al? Even if they do, will their numbers be enough to stand against the unholy army under his command? All converge upon the Aran Islands and an abandoned temple of the ancients for the final battle to decide the future of humanity and the ancient blood. You guys, we did it! We are here! The fourth and final volume of Impure Blood is ready to launch on Kickstarter. In case you're new, my name is Nathan Luth. I'm a comic artist, and for 8 years I produced Impure Blood as a webcomic from a script by Nadia Bear. In 2020, we brought our epic fantasy to Kickstarter, and over the course of 3 campaigns, we raised over $35,000. We met new readers, made new friends, and moved Impure Blood around the planet. And now, it's time to complete the saga with Impure Blood Volume 4, the final chapter. I mean, that's not what it's called. It's not called the final chapter. It's just Anyway, 3 books in, and we've got this book-making thing down. Impure Blood Volume 4 will be another 112-page hardcover with UV spotting, 18 pages of bonus material, guest art, and process pages. If you're new to Impure Blood, worry not. We still have reward tiers and add-ons where you can pick up any previous volume or get the entire series as a discounted bundle. There's a spiffy new enamel airship pin. There are 4 new mini prints by the incredibly skilled artists like Kaylin Smith, Adriana Ferguson, and Christopher Beck, and also me, I guess. And of course, I've put together 4 more digital comics bundles for you guys. Pledge by the end of the first week, and you're guaranteed to get all 4. I'm bringing back the daily drawing. Every day, a random backer will get a free custom black and white sketch card added to their reward. But before all that, what time is it? Oh, it's time to appreciate all the awesome folks that help us get this far. The first 50 returning backers will get a snazzy pocket watch, just like this one, as our way of saying thanks. But none of that is even the coolest thing we're doing for this campaign. For the Impure Blood Volume 4 Kickstarter, I'm teaming up with Comic Books for Kids, an IRS-recognized 501c dedicated to getting comics into the hands of hospitalized children. After you select your pledge, there will be an add-on called Comic Books for Kids that will let you buy a physical copy of Impure Blood for a sick kid at half off. For every multiple of 4 we pass, I will be sending them the complete set of all 4 books. And you will be getting a personalized comic thank you letter from me and Mark Weiss, president and founder of Comic Books for Kids. We've got a lot of great rewards. We've got some great bonuses, and we have a truly awesome cause to champion. Let's make this, the 4th and final Impure Blood campaign, the best one ever. Better yet, let's make it a party. I don't know. That guy looked kind of shifty. I don't trust him, not in the slightest.
Awesome.
So you're over your goal. You asked for 8,500. You got 11,208.
That's right.
207 backers. 63 hours left. So
final 2 days. Yes, it all ends on Saturday at midnight. And we funded in the first weekend. And I promised the backers that if we did that, I would shave my beard into mutton chops. And here we are. So
this is now the physical copy with Comic Books for Kids is $20. Now that's shipping anywhere in the world by June 2022.
Yeah, so I should clarify that for every time that tier gets selected, that I'm sending a physical copy of Impure Blood, hardback, 100 pages, to Comic Books for Kids, which is a 501c charity, and those books are going to then turn around and they are going to distribute them to kids in hospitals and cancer centers. So if you want a book, that would be one more. There it is. The hardcover Impure Blood Volume 1, 2, 3, or 4, and you can get any book in the series. It's a 4-book series in all. So if you're starting from the beginning, you can get a Volume 1.
So Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then get your name on the backer page as well. And you get the desktop phone background. Shipping anywhere in the world. Now we've got a global radio channel station, so we can make people regret doing that. What do you mean I have to send a comment to Venezuela? How much is that going to cost? That only happened to me once. They messaged me and said, "Hey, I have to send a book to New Zealand now because of your show." I was like, it was expensive at that point. I think, well, it's more than the person wanted to pay. They didn't want to pay. It was like
Right.
30 something bucks, and they were like for one single comic, you know.
Yeah. And I do have people doing that actually. As some may know, the U.S. has currently put the kibosh on shipping to Australia, but I am anticipating that by the time the books get in, that will have changed or been lifted. So,
Well, you know, when it happened to my friend, it was he didn't charge them $30. He charged them $7 for shipping, so he had to eat that. But
yeah. So
now these look some pretty thick books. They're
112 pages in all, about 100 pages worth of story, and 12 more pages of bonus material for the good folks.
Beautiful looking product.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, we got a great printer. We turned out a great product. We did print on demand for years, and it was just kind of like it was thoroughly okay, but I'm because of the Kickstarters, have been able to do an offset print run, and I'm super proud of them. I can't even gush enough about them. So no, they look amazing.
Yeah, this looks. I like the add to your ward the digital things you can get. This bundle here of books. It's interesting.
Oh, thank you.
Monster Matador. We're talking to them last night, and
I love Steven. Is anybody who thinks of nothing interesting or that is going on Kickstarter needs to like. There's a comic about guys fighting bullfighting kaiju. Shut up.
Right. And we have here some more.
And that's right. Yes. And if you back by the end of the day, Saturday, you get what I call the big beefy bundle, which is a collection of 15 digital comics added to your reward for freebies. So
I see Voodoo Nation's there.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Travis Gibb, he's responsible for that. He and Luke Stone. And let me go. Let me see what else we got. XCT. Ember. Which Ember has I got one of their flyers.
Yeah, Brent just launched the next his next book as well. So
some sort of Land of Dragons or some sort of dragon.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah, I got a flyer, I believe, from them once, and it was the flyer was gorgeous. That's when you know you're like, oh man, I got to step a flyer game up too.
The flyer's just good. Imagine the rest of the book, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of Last Ember, there's a Will of Mist right there.
Yep, there you go. And the Cthulhu's Hard to Spell, Savage Sasquatch, Killer Rooska? Yeah, Killer Rooska.
Yep, got it.
Red 10. Yeah, lots of good stuff on this campaign. The daily drawing, and then it's helping comic books for kids. If I remember correctly, I think that there's a few people that worked for them or have done work and collected money for them. So, good cause. There's some of your people helping you out with the books.
Yeah, no, and it's gotten good reviews. So yeah.
You got to break down here.
And the budget, of course. Yeah.
Package and postage, campaign cost. Yeah. And make sure you all make when you're doing your books, send them out in Gemini mailers. Use Volt 10 to do so. When you go to Gemini comicsupply.com or Gemini mailers, or use code Volt 10 VOLT10. You can get 10% off your order. Save some money. Airship enamel pen.
Yep. In fact, I have one right here. I don't know if you can see that on the thing, but they've turned out. They turned out amazing. Definitely a must for anybody who going to a steampunk convention, and then if you're bored, you can also go like around across the screen like that.
Looks pretty good, guys. You've got just a couple hours now to get over on 63 hours to get over there and back Emperor Blood on Kickstarter. It's IMPURE Blood, volume 1 through 4 over on Kickstarter. And it's you got time to get all 4 issues.
That's right.
Get them all.
That's
Increase
right.
the shipping costs. Yes. Great. We're gonna keep an eye on this project too. Even while I'm at the con, I'll check in and see how it's doing. looking good though. I like it. Impure Blood over on Kickstarter. Looking in the chat, I seen that one thing that gets me at shows says Nita, again, shows you can't bring a sharpened blade in, but you can buy one on the floor. You're supposed to immediately take that to the car though when you buy it. Like I know at one point they sent it to a weapon check and you had to go out of the convention, get it, take it to your vehicle or your hotel room, then return. Like you weren't able to walk the floor with it.
Yeah,
that was a couple years ago, although I'm not sure if they still do that. She said she's seen parking lot fights. This the ninja said one came to the one Phoenix gun person saying he's the Punisher. Yeah, that's happened a few times. The different people have come in as the Punisher and they're like, yeah, I think it's psychopath the people like to dress up as Joker or Punisher for some reason. Creating cast says, and one dude jumped after he groped the cosplayer. Well, yeah, Lola.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Sugar Chris says some new campaigns I ain't seen before. I think, yeah, Sugar.
Yeah, Sugar.
I shouldn't sing that. I'm singing about a man. What's wrong with me? Travis, could you put your you have a link? You have a link to a campaign?
Campaigns? What?
Well,
I always have a campaign.
I was going to bring up your campaign. I'm like, no, he's not running the campaign right now.
No,
am I forgetting something?
I'm always running something.
Is there a launch page?
There you go. No, it's live.
Okay.
We got shenanigans.
All right. Let's see. Let's see what you have to offer us. You're not offering this shotgun samurai, no. Okay, there we go. Holiday Spirits.
Yes.
Or anthology. That's me in 50 years during Christmas. Right there. Get off my lawn, you crazy kid. Wait, let me play this intro, this video.
You were used as the reference, so that's
thank you.
Yeah,
that looks a lot like me. The gray hair is coming in. It's coming. Let me play this video here for us. Let's see. Check out Holiday Spirits. Very nice, very nice. $6,521 over $8,000 goal. You got 14 days left to go, so it looks like you're going to pass that. Now, this is your horror anthology. You did an anthology before this, which has been easier. Which was, because the other one had a lot more creators, I believe.
Yeah, well, in the Cthulhu's, everything on Cthulhu, you will get you 100 backers, right? Like if you have Cthulhu, it's really easy to get 100 backers and go from there. So this has been a little bit harder, but the talent on this are some crazy. Yeah, Matt, absolutely. We have some great stuff, but yeah, we had more creators, and it's a bigger book. This is only an 80-page book. I think we're at 84 now. It'll probably be like 90 pages when it's all said and done. Because we're adding new stuff all the time, until to launch. But the cool thing about this book is, I'm going to get it to you by Christmas. So everyone will get it by Christmas. I'm going to send it out. I've already had rush shipping, so I'm going to do 1 week shipping. 1 week printing. So I've already talked to the printer. They're going to print it in 1 week for me. So when I send it out, I'm going to send it out the minute the campaign ends. So everybody will get it in December, which is really cool. And I've done pretty well at doing that. Everyone who backs my stuff normally gets their book in 3 weeks anyway. So this is just a little bit faster than normal. The second thing is we've got, some big people. The guys from Finger Guns did it. Brian Silverback did a cover. We've got the Nottingham cover guys. We've got all of them. We've got the team from the Recount here. So there's a lot of really cool stuff going on. The premise is basically the holiday spirits, the Charles Dickens, Christmas Carol spirits come and they talk to a very evil guy who's done a whole bunch of murders. And basically kind of gives them some tales of past, present, and future. And we kind of play into that little stuff. But I actually still want to become famous and buy followers. So I gotta do that.
Love the art, by the way.
Thank you.
Good.
I think that I make jokes about the Christmas carols all the time, but I love Christmas. Favorite holiday. My favorite holiday ever. It's like they get stuff now. It's weird. When I was a kid, yeah, you get stuff. When I got older, it's about I want to watch people's faces and stuff. I got them. It really became one of those things of like, oh, I like giving. My heart is open for the 1 week of December. After that, it's closed. It's a cold steel trap. After that, I'm like December 1st. Out of the way, bum. Move out the street. It's that whole week of Christmas. I'm just so giving. So in a horror comic based around Christmas, can I expect to see Krampus in this book?
Oh yeah, scroll down. You'll see Krampus right away. Krampus is absolutely. I wrote a Krampus story in here. We've got all the stuff, a whole bunch of different horror stuff. Yeah, the first 50 backers got the Krampus pin, and Krampus is a big part of the book. Absolutely. And like one of the things that I do when I do anthologies, unlike other creators, is I don't just have random stories. There is a beginning, middle, and end. So there is a stuff. Same with Cthulhu Invades. When I do an anthology, I actually make it one story to make it special. Just something that I like to do. It's something that I have a skill set of doing. I know that not everybody can do that, but so there is a beginning, middle, and end. So it is a one thing.
The one over to the left is pretty cool. I like that image there.
Yeah, I love that. That's the guy who does Nottingham. It's a great cover.
Out of those three, my favorites. That one. They all look great, but
that's the cheap one. That's the standard.
You messed up. You should have flipped it. That's where you screwed it up, Travis. I haven't told you to contact me before you do these things.
Right, I should.
Yeah. I like that you got magnets. Also, you got a lot of I don't know, Eric, you probably, there's, I think everybody who does this, who designs, kind of look at this. We look at other people's graphics they use. You're like, yeah, that's pretty slick. Yeah, that's pretty slick. I like that. So good work on that.
The $30 for Europe is really, really tough, but it's what it is right now. It's like $27. It's like $25 just to ship. That's not counting the Gemini and all the other stuff that you've got to do. It's insane right now. Mm-hmm. And speaking of, Nathan, we talked about Australia. You can ship to Australia right now, but it's $65.
Wow.
Like, it's just not worth it.
There's got to be some sort of solution where we can localize fulfillment in different countries.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of, people that are in other countries that we can possibly, hey, could I print these books, have them dropped off to your house, and then please, do my fulfillment for me if I pay you X amount,
I wish there was more digital printing for short runs in some of these countries that would do fulfillment as well, because I'd love to do that. The problem is the quality, right? It's quality control, knowing what it's going to be, knowing that it's right when it goes out,
Yeah. Otherwise, I talked to a printer yesterday, and I mentioned it quickly on Indie Vote Livewire yesterday, but he says, everyone knows about the paper shortage. He said the paper shortage, this is gonna, we'll eventually get the paper back. He says, you don't worry about that. Worry about the upcoming ink shortage.
Right.
And I was like, what? Said, yeah, we're running out of ink. There's gonna be no printing, period. And I'm like, wait, my business.
How many whales we got to give up? I mean, SeaWorld, we're mad at SeaWorld all the time, and they've got a whole bunch of whales. We can fix it.
That's one of Eric's favorite vacation spots. How dare you, sir? Eric went to SeaWorld, and I understand that he was he was the biggest kid there.
Yep.
Children were pushed out of the way so Eric can see.
To much chagrin of my wife.
I have annual passes, so if you want to come down, Eric, we can go.
All right.
Oh Lord! Hey, shouldn't did that, Travis. He'll be there. Hey, Travis, about that SeaWorld.
It's absolutely crazy. SeaWorld does this crazy promotion in Florida. It's like buy one day at SeaWorld at any time during the year, and you get the rest of the year free. They're just desperate to get people to come. Yeah.
I think their stock would be down, but it's actually been going up.
No, it's been going up, and they brought beer back, which has been a big thing. So SeaWorld's actually pretty popular.
Yeah. You know, I don't know why they don't sell chips. Bags of chips at the front door. Fish and chips. Get it? Fish and chips.
No. Bad variant.
Yeah.
Move on to the next campaign.
So this here is in this book. I mean, you know, you've got a lot of stories, Travis. You have a history of fulfilling. So there's no thought that you're not gonna, you know. And he goes to show, look at all the pages.
Yeah, showing that it's done. I like to show people that the stuff is done. Like I don't mess around when I put a Kickstarter out. My stuff I've already taken out of pocket. You know.
Yeah, and props to you for that, because that is such a hassle in our industry, and it's the mark of it's really a mark of an unprofessional to go forever with not getting the finished product done.
Right.
And the fact that you're showing, not telling, and it's great. That's why you're doing as well as you're doing.
Yeah, he's got
consistency.
$6,521. I think we can get that up there. We can go back that book, Holiday Spirits. The Kickstarter over. That's over on Kickstarter. You got 14 days left to go. 14 days, that's 2 weeks, guys. That can slip by you real quick. Just go in there and back it now so that you don't forget.
Thank you.
Get this cover. This cover is awesome.
That's nice.
He's like, no, don't tell him to get that cover. I need to. No, this. I like this cover. This is the one that
That's my favorite cover too. I'm thinking about getting a hardcover for it just for myself. I own the book. I can print it.
Yeah. That's Holiday Spirits Horror Anthology, original graphic novel over on Kickstarter. I will put the links to some of these in the description of the video. Just some names are there now of these campaigns, but I'll add it on YouTube. I'll add the links. So go check those out. I got a from Indie Vote Radio here. I got an email. This is from Brian. Brian says, imagine my surprise walking through my local mall when I spotted a kiosk with comic book art on shirts, right? Or comic book art on shirts. Then I noticed some of the art was mine. Even some of it was my original characters.
Yeah.
Even more disturbing is the man selling the shirts was a high school acquaintance.
Wow.
So that's how you found your art. That's how you found your art, Brian. And he's made several T-shirts. When I walked up to him and told him, "Hey man, what are you doing? That's my art." He looks at me, leans one shoulder forward, flashes the West Side symbol with his hands, and says, "I gotta make that money, Chief."
I guess that'll hold up in court.
Wait, so he turns one shoulder towards you, throws up the West Side. I'm trying to figure out how that goes.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta make that money, Chief. You could have put this game. So anyway, Brian asked, any advice on what I should do? Suing the guy seems impractical. In fact, I spoke with a lawyer who told me that suing the guy probably wouldn't be worth it. What should I do other than flip his kiosk over? Open the kiosk next to his?
I would start by informing East Side. Apparently, East Side handles West Side situations.
You gotta go to the East Side and tell him this motherfucker on the West Side's getting that hand.
Right. In a situation like this, the mall needs to be irritated by it. So I would contact the people who run, whoever runs the mall, and tell them that it's a problem. Make them think that it might be a bigger problem for them if they don't do something about it, and they can get the guy kicked out of there.
See you, John. That's why I keep telling my friends, you need to get more level-headed white friends who think like that, because see, my thing would have been flip his desk over, take your shit. You know, so he said Eric was like, irritate them all. Go tell them all. Yeah.
Right.
I was leaning more towards flipping
Mall's
stuff.
not gonna care. I'm sorry. Go for it.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Johnny?
Yeah.
I said he said the right thing, because I was leaning more towards flipping stuff.
See, we're just violent. We're just setting a bad example, Johnny. We're setting a bad example.
I like it. That's awesome.
Sam, are you flipping the kiosk over?
Nah, I'd go straight to the mall management office, and I said, this guy's selling unlicensed product. You're gonna have a problem with me. Hold the mall accountable. You're gonna have a problem with me because he doesn't own the rights to my stuff. And if you're allowing this, how many other vendors are you allowing to do the same? If I have to start inquiring with all the vendors, you're gonna have a bigger problem. So can you fix this? Hold the mall accountable.
I was friends with a mall manager once. That's when we started. That's when they started saying, you're banned from the mall. You can't come back in here ever again. Just wear your mask now, though. We can wear those masks. No one knows who you are. It'd be great. Nathan, you were going to say something.
So I'm not an intellectual property lawyer, but I was married to one for a number of years. So take this for whatever it's worth. The mall is not gonna care. Unfortunately, if you want the dude to stop, you're probably going to have to
beat his ass
or get a little bit litigious. So I would start by typing up, and at least as formal language as you can, just a cease and desist, like, you do not have the rights to print these shirts. You do not have the, this is a violation of my intellectual property rights and the copyright that I have on these characters, and document the fact that, like, and then go up to him in the mall, and if you can, video yourself giving him the letter, take pictures of his kiosk with your art and property on it. Notifying the mall is not a bad idea, but I would not expect them to do anything about it.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where I would start in that instance. And if he doesn't take it down, then yeah, you're the only next thing you can really do is get a lawyer and charge him for it, and then it's a pain in the butt, quite frankly. And and unfortunately, basically, the way that intellectual property law works is that it's only illegal if you get caught, and then it's only illegal if you do something about it. So, and that takes money, I'm afraid. So
I think that those are all good ideas, guys. But I want to remind our viewers to also check out the IndieVote kiosk in Lakeside Mall, where we're selling summer t-shirts. We got broke down t-shirts, dreaded dinosaur t-shirts, Impure Blood t-shirts. Go check those out today at Lakeside Mall in Sterling Heights, Michigan. I'll be there from 2 to 5 selling shirts. I wrap up very quickly, though. I'm not even paying for the kiosk. I'm not even paying for that. I'm just so I can get a kiosk.
That sounds like a great idea. I'm going to go today.
I actually already made the purchase. Just go pick it out of the fountain. Like, I put it in change. I didn't have a lot of cash. Just go ahead and grab it and just send me my shirt.
I would wonder, like, I think I'd probably be filled with rage, but I like to think that I'd be a little more calm about it at first, until the person's like, flashes the West Side and says, I got to make that money, chief. Then I'm probably going to get upset. And because my voice is going to go real high. It's going to go from here to up here. Because this is disbelief. Like, so it's going to be like, hey, man, you got to take my art down. And he's going to lean over and say, I got to make that money, chief. And my voice is going to go up. It's going to, the fuck you mean you got to make that? See, that's how it goes. And then it's all downhill from there. I can't be talked to. Can't be reasoned with. Let's take a look at Aslan the Awakening. We know whose book this is. I'm going to play the video here.
Nice.
Yeah. Great special effects.
Right. Yeah.
Varian, did we lose you?
That's the high voice.
No, I love the techno fantasy feel on this. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's got some great art. I love that pose.
Yeah.
Again, I remember the first time we had him on that the pose where the chick's like kind of coming out at you with the sword. Yeah, there it is. It's just so dynamic. It just brings you right in.
Yeah.
That's a guy.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell us a little bit about it there, man, and give people the rundown who haven't seen this before.
All right. So the story's called Aslan: The Awakening. It takes place in a magical world known as Margot, and in Margot, there's this being that has the crown of power, and with the crown of power, you pretty much have the power to rule the whole land and all the beings in that land. And then the current ruler of the land is about to die, and he's looking for somebody else to take up the crown, but he doesn't trust that neither humans nor magical creatures are worthy to take the crown, and he pretty much breaks it into 4 pieces, and the person, whoever can claim the crown, has to go and pass a test at each of the 4 realms in that land. And yeah, so humans are trying to get it so they could prevent the magical creatures from getting it, and then the magical creatures are trying to get it because they think if the humans get it, they're gonna destroy the lands, and the humans are the real monsters, and that they're gonna destroy their way of life. Yep, this is the first issue, and it pretty much tells how everything starts.
Sweet. Let's see where you're at currently.
Do you have these in hand yet?
No, not yet. Like we still got 10 more pages to do.
Okay.
There's gonna be 24 pages with 6 pages of prologue.
So you did $5,374 you're on Indiegogo, about from 124 backers. So people were picking this book up. You got a swag pack. You got the Buy Boozy, a cold one.
I need that one.
Yeah, that one. 0 claim. Why would you help this man get drunk, folks?
Yeah, somebody give me a drink.
Yeah. What's going on with you people?
But that looks like a sweet tea. Like it's a $3 sweet tea. Like what's going on here?
You know, it reminds me of an old fashioned one of Eric's drinks. That it's like, what is this? But
a thing called Arnold Palmer.
Yeah. Boozy, I didn't think you were a beer snob. I see now.
Oh yeah, no.
Man, I just didn't get up. You're just seeing the top part.
Travis, are you a beer snob?
I am. Yeah, I'm a huge stout fan. So like any of the IPAs or any of that, I'm always mocking them to get another stout. This belly was built on stout. Like I like my beers to be a meal when I drink.
Nice.
See, I'm basic. Like I've gone to dinner with Eric, and everyone else will order like these. Like, oh, do you have a Stella Artois? Now
that's what I order.
Yeah, that's Eric. Yeah, with that voice too. Stella Artois, please. And
in the glass.
Yeah. And I'm like, can I get a Bud Light, please? I'm very basic. Can I get a Bud Light? Can I get a Natty Ice real quick? That's all I need. Piss water.
You need a Zima. That's what you need.
Yeah. Lolo will tell you, I found out that my local Walmart had Zimas, and I loaded the cart up. And I'm like, I couldn't drink them when I was a kid when they were out. For some reason I can't place though. And I'm afraid to look, because when I was a kid, I used to think that was either for the person who would speak, the spokesperson for Zima. I used to think it was either Norm Macdonald or Dennis Miller, and I could not remember who it was. But I think it's Dennis Miller did. Maybe he wasn't him. I don't know. But someone did the Zima ads, and I like that person because I'm a Dennis Miller fan. It's probably gonna get me canceled. But I've always liked. Even when I was a kid, I used to watch Dennis Miller with my dad and crack up because he'd do these things with pictures and he'd make a quote. He'd say something and it was like, I don't know. As a kid, I thought that was funny. Anyway, I'm sorry. I got lost in that. Here we go. Back to Aslan: The Awakening. gorgeous art in this book. You should be very proud of this, Ajano. This is there's a now I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
Yep.
I see this character here getting socked in the face. Now this looks a lot like Dustin Brunell's Greed character. You got beef with Dustin? Is that what's going on here? I'm just trying to start shit.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah, you punched him in the face. His character, Jesus. Yeah.
I think it's got a great Legend of the Five Rings vibe. You know, it's got that it's got kind of the same kind of art feel to it, which is really cool.
I like these guys' uniforms. I think the uniforms are there's a return to kind of like, you know, more superheroic costumes, also from the 90s. I like it. I hear someone, that must be a Jono's baby in the back.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Like,
it's okay. Learn to talk. Soon they won't shut up.
Hey, your child's excited about this book.
He's excited about something else.
Mine started talking, and it's been 11 years of him just continuing to do so.
Now she's flipping stuff. When I will.
There we go. Yeah, this is art, and I like all the character designs. Kind of jealous of them. Perhaps I'll steal these and put these on t-shirts. Make sure you stop by that Indie Vault kiosk in the mall, folks. Shirts are there. Just don't tell nobody. These look great, and are these gonna be prints or trading cards?
So if I reach 7,000, I think everybody's gonna get like one of them.
Okay.
Yep.
Like a print?
No, like a character, like a print, a character card print. Yeah.
I was telling Eric earlier, I got a book that I've been waiting on for 2 years, and I only backed it because the person who was editing it was like, "You got to get this book; it would really help me out." So I backed it, gave it to it's a kid's book, gave it to my son, and then realized it was actually the second part; it wasn't the first part. But what the creator did was, rather than make the first issue available on the second run, they said, "Oh, well, the third issue's coming out, but the third issue is going to be a collected trade. So you got to buy that instead." So that was like $40. And so I bought it for my kid, but it came with 11x17 print. Well, they never mentioned they were going to fold it. So they folded it and put it in a priority mail envelope. I got it yesterday. The book wasn't damaged. A little upset the print was folded. My kid definitely was, but you know, it's one of those days. That screen was Varian finding that man's kiosk. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, 2 years in a kid's book is rough. You know, the kid kids change what they like every 2 months.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm like, I gave it to my son. He's like, "Oh, yeah, back when I was like 9, this is cool, Dad. Now, you want me to read this now?" I'm like, "Could you? I bought it for you 2 years ago." Imagine, you know, that's deadbeat daddy stuff, right? You know, like, I bought this book for you 2 years ago. It just got, yeah, right, Dad. You know, yeah. Trish says, so quick question. I have a Comic-Con happening near me this weekend. Are you guys hitting the con floor this weekend besides Vera? Yeah, anybody else hitting the con floor? Anybody else got a show this weekend?
No, there is shows in Florida, but I'm not attending them.
Yeah. So anybody it's weird. I'm doing the show as Indie Vault. I'm doing the show as Arrow Comics. I'm doing the show as Liberty and Timber Distribution, which is really weird because when I go as a distributor of books and I'm selling directly to customers, I'm like, "I'll take this card to your store, your local store, let them know they can order from Liberty." And people are picking the books up, and it's really cool to push these books around. And some of the people have reached out and they're like, "Hey, how can I get more?" And I'm like, "Well, that's all that the creators have made so far. You can reach out and get maybe the trades." But people are reaching out and they're contacting me. Like, I enjoyed that book. Like, contact the creators. They want to hear that. It could brighten Sam's day if he opens an email in the morning and someone says, I read your book twice yesterday. I liked it so much. Sam's going to be on cloud 9 all day.
Dancing on sunshine.
Yes. So, Aslan the Awakening, $5,374. It's in demand. How long are you going to stay in demand with this, John? Are you going to take it out maybe a month or so?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take it out probably December 13th when the book is done. And then I'm going to probably make my own website at that point.
All right. So there it is, folks. Aslan Awaken, ASLAN, over on Indiegogo. Go check that out. You can get into a nice Aslan package. I was like, get into a nice ass, but that didn't make sense. The Aslan package cover A, $13. You got a bunch of different variant cover B, issue 0, $13. Shipping worldwide, folks. If you listen to us on the radio, keep that in mind. It is shipping worldwide. Again, let's make it, John. Regret that decision. I ain't shipping anything worldwide. Australians are on your own. I don't mean that, Australia. You know I love you. Especially you women, your redheads. My God. Anyway, so let me bring up another campaign here. Before I do that, I want to remind everybody to also check out Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group. It is a distribution company set up for indie comics. There it is right there, ledg.us. Sign up today. No charges to publishers, creators. So they don't take any of your money at all. So what you set your pricing for is what you get. Also, retailers shouldn't fear either, because we have the Liberty Pledge, which is where if you get a book and it sits on your shelf and you can't sell them, contact Liberty. Liberty will buy the books back from you, or send books and to replace the ones that you can't sell. So check it out today. You really got nothing to lose. Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group, ledg.us. It's a great company. I don't know, because I own it. Again, that
and
code
their website is not hacked. So,
no.
That's you got an advantage over Diamond right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that, because I've been saying for years how easy that site was able to be,
right.
And I'm like, they need to really fix this, and they did not. So yeah. Also, you're looking for Gemini mailers. Remember, here's a visual reference. Volt 10 VOLT10, coupon code VOLT10 for a 10% discount on your Gemini mailers. So go over to Gemini Comic Supply when you check out. Put that code into the promo area, and you will get 10% off. They've contacted me and told me people have been using the code. They're very happy with it. So we're excited. We're excited. People are using the code and saving themselves some money. It really adds up after a while. All right. Where are we at here? Let me see. Where is my next campaign? There it is. Yes. Forbidden, issue 2, The Hunt. And it would have been better if I brought it up right with the page, right? That would have been. There we go. $835 of a $500 gold pledge. I'm gonna play the video. Here we go.
He challenged his father because of a curse on his people, betraying his family in search of the truth, awakening the evil behind the curse. Now they must race to save their people or die trying.
Hi, I'm Samuel, and welcome to Forbidden Issue 2, The Hunt, the third campaign, the biggest one yet. 32 pages of action and drama. We have guest artists, variant covers, homage covers, a graphic novel, volume 1. You can collect the first 3 issues, a crossover pinup between Philip Russ's Tragedy and Forbidden, and so much more. Thank you for supporting this book that I've been working on for 20 years of my life. It is my passion project, and I am happy to share with you. Forbidden.
I seen a picture of Sam over there with Ernie Hudson. He was very young. Yeah. He was very young. He had long hair. You look at his face. We had
breakfast together.
Yeah, you know what? I got an Ernie Hudson story about breakfast. I wasn't there, but Lola, Indie Princess, and one of the booth girls, they went into the green room to have lunch. And Lola came back. What was that, Lola? Oh, breakfast. Okay, breakfast. And when they came back, Lola said, "Hey, we had breakfast with Ghostbuster, Ernie Hudson." And this booth model, she looks at me. She says, "Yeah, which one was he?"
Oh shit!
And I'm like, how do I put this? Did you look at him? Like, there's only one he. Okay, so it was weird, but he's from Michigan, and where I met him, I think I saw he's from Benton Harbor at one point. So
Yeah,
Not sure he still lives there, but
it was so cool. It was at Pittsburgh Comic-Con. I was walking in. It was early in the morning, going to set up my booth, and he's walking in, and we're walking side by side. I look at him, I was like, "Hey!" And he's like, "Hey!" I was like, "Oh, I'm a big fan." And he's like, "Oh, what do you do?" I said, I'm publishing my book." And so we walk over. He goes, "Hey, can I come back and hang out?" I said, "Sure." So we sat down. We had breakfast together. And he's like, "Hey, how much? I want to buy them." I said, "No. How about I give it to you? You take a photo with me." And he's like, "All right, cool." So it was awesome.
now I have to charge you, Honey Hudson. I might have to charge you. I need some of that crow money.
I was young. I was using it as to promote, and I was a big fan.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you. I got a chance to meet Kevin Nash that way. Some guys, this is years ago. Some guys that convinced Kevin Nash to come over to the table, and that they were right next to me, and we had become friends talking to these guys. And I got a chance to get a picture of Kevin Nash, and to really see how short I was compared to. And because I kept up with the lie for a while that I was 5'4". When I stood next to Kevin Nash, I'm like, I'm not 5'4". I'm 5'2". This is I don't know what that picture. My mother took on with him too because my mother has a big crush on Kevin Nash. She thinks he's the hottest man ever, and if she can go back in time, he'd been my daddy. She told me. So that's weird. But so your book is you got 20 days left to go.
Yes.
By the way, I love this logo. It reminds me of like a 16-bit video game.
Nice.
I don't know if that was the look you were going for, but that's what it puts me in the mind of. It's like it would be the loading screen, when you start the game up. It's great. Don't play Forbidden.
Yeah, that next fall, the 200-page graphic novel next fall, that's gonna be like embossed and on the cover. Yeah.
You got a couple different artists who've done things.
So issue 0 and 1 was done by my buddy Ani Balaroyo, and issue 2 all the way to the last issue 6 is by Primate Santra. And so this issue is his debut on the book. It's 32 pages, this issue, and all story. And I got, and then George Medina, my co-host on the show, he lettered it. And a young lady named Barbara Saroji from Brazil, she did the colors. So I have a really good team on this, and then a lot of variant covers by a lot of talented people like David Quiles and John Coates. Myself, I do a lot of variant covers as well.
I demand the Lord Vox character be reimagined, soft reboot. Let's shorten his name to Lord V. Make him we'll tan him up a bit more. He needs to be brown. I like how he's pulling his cape. Like, be gone, wench. No time for your.
That's actually his daughter. She's pleading with him because in issue 0, where it starts. So basically, the premise of the story, for anybody who doesn't know, Forbidden is centuries ago there was a race of people that roamed the surface of the earth, and they were hunters, farmers, and soldiers. And the hunters went off looking for food. They ended into this dark forest. They shouldn't have. They were immediately attacked by creepers. One made it out, and by nightfall, an entity shows up and says, give us back that hunter that desecrated our land, and no harm will come to you. Do not and suffer the wrath of Nokron. They chose not to. So by morning, they all started burning for the sun. Those who made it went underground, never to be seen again. So now fast forward, modern day technology, the world has evolved, but they have not. So issue 0 took off where the son challenged his father and says, how do you know this curse still exists? We've been down here for ages. And so the father locks his son up, and the son commits the ultimate sin. That's how he gets the name Sin. And he kills to escape with the aid of Arias, his lover. And they take off to the surface. And so the daughter, his sister, is pleading with the father because now Sin, prophecy states that Nokron his plans to dominate the globe will be destroyed at the hands of the son of Vox if he rises from the caverns. So now the son of Vox has made it to the surface, and they must find him and stop him. And the sister knows that. She knows the harm that's coming to her people and to her brother, so she's caught in between.
You've got this art here on the far right. Who did that?
That was Eric Ifata. He's a gaming artist. He does like stuff with like game design and all that stuff. And so I commissioned him 2 years ago to do the wraparound cover for the graphic novel, the 200-page graphic novel. So it's going to be a soft cover and there's a hard cover. So that's going to be for the soft cover. He's a fantastic artist.
So I have a question, Sam, because I heard a rumor. Did you actually take a picture for that male butt in the video? Was that you?
Was that your book? I've been hearing that around. This IndieVolt got a message about it a couple days ago. I just want to know.
I'll never tell. Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, so these are there's 8 sample pages from issue number 2, and this is Prime Santra, and basically it's talking about what happened to him and Arius, because he made it to the surface and he woke up and she was gone, and so he's trying to figure it out. And he's befriended by this strange old man named Viejo, and so it takes off from there. So Viejo has to prepare him for the coming battle. And Desiree, in this issue, you're going to find out what happened to Arius. You're going to find out who Viejo is and what he is to the story. You're going to find out who David Hunter truly is. And then who is Desiree looking for, because she's going to seek aid, risking her life with a few loyal soldiers, and they head off into the caverns. So there's a lot of things happening, a lot of moving parts.
I was gonna say thanks for the fan service with the mesh top here on the chesty young lady, but he's got one too. Those equal opportunity chestiness.
There you go.
Very nice. You don't see that often. Maybe I'll start doing it. Every time I'll draw a naked woman and say, well, all the guys are naked in the book too, so everyone's naked. There's those now, Sam, what type of metal detector is that? Is that small arms?
That's all encompassing.
They don't make those, Sam. See, now what kind of fantasy world is this? Isn't that something?
That's
Characters are flying all over the place, and I'm like, metal detectors aren't accurate.
Yeah, this was this again. The entire book is fully illustrated, lettered, and colored, and all 200 pages. So we're on the second volume, so there's no waiting for an artist to finish anything. There's no waiting for anything to be lettered or production. It goes straight to the printer at the end of the campaign.
Here's a Disney board meeting.
Yeah, so basically, yes, that's he wants to own this corporation, and they don't want to sell it, and so he gives them an offer they can't refuse.
Yeah, that's just a Disney board meeting right there. You're going to sell those, right? I know. Disney, we are for sale. You can buy IndieVolt. You can get it. I like these guys here. These guys here. When I looked at this earlier, I think you could take this panel here and make a commentary on anything. I just might do it. I might just start. I'm gonna steal your art.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh.
So that's Donovan Limbo. That's David Hunter's loyal sidekick.
Yeah, he was right.
Yeah.
There's I would say he's lost half his mind, but really has. I like this cover too. I thought this was cool. Now this is an homage to Kingdom Come.
Yes, that I did the homage cover. It's only 100. It's going to be printed. It comes with a signed and numbered certificate of authenticity as well.
That's funny. I remember people saying for a while, "Oh, they don't do variant covers on trades," and it's starting to happen more and more often now. So, cool. $95 gets you own every cover from the first 3 issues of Forbidden, plus issue 1 homage cover and issue 2 homage cover.
Yeah,
that's a collector special.
And that every price you see that's the shipping's part of that price. So you're not going to a next screen. Outside of Canada. So I'm only shipping Canada and Puerto Rico in the US. And so Canada, there is an additional fee for shipping because of the last campaign, I took a couple of hits because the prices keep changing.
And this basically is a retailer's bundle here.
Yes.
5 copies, issue 2.
Yeah.
$50. Stores need to get on it. I'm telling you, they can save themselves some money. Retailers retail collected 125 5 copies of issues volume 1 plus the homage plus a commission sketch cover. And that's $125. Now, was that limited? Could a store come and buy 5 versions of that?
Yes.
Okay. Stores, get on it. There's Sam drawing. I almost said Seth, like Seth Rollins. Like that's who you are now, Sam. You're Seth Rollins.
That was the crossover piece that I illustrated for Tragedy and Forbidden. So it's Tragedy, Desiree, and a Creeper, and Tragedy's villain.
I was gonna say, but I know Eric's gonna go for Zinger if I say this because he's waiting. He's been sharp this morning. I don't know how the man does it so early. But I was gonna say, I have very few pictures of me drawing, this is what Eric says. Because you do it so little.
I mean, this is a cell phone there. You can't record what doesn't happen. So.
Yeah. See, when people see me drawing, they stop. Like, are you okay? It's like me with drinking. It's like me with drinking water. Lola had to stop me though. They says, "Hey, notice you had a bottle of water. How you feeling? Are you okay? You want to talk to me about anything?" Oh, look at this. This is nice.
Yeah,
this is a Royal.
Yeah, all comes framed. So yeah, everything comes framed. So you don't have to worry about it, and it's packaged nicely.
So you see, pushing the game up with the framed art being shipped, man. We never that's why we need a union. We need to talk to people like Sam, like, hey, you're not shipping that art frame. Now we all have to do it.
What he doesn't tell you, Varian, is it comes folded framed.
Smaller frames are cheaper, so I just fold the art.
Yeah. So right now, what we're doing from now until the end of the campaign, for every 5 backers at 15 or more, we're putting you into a raffle, and we George Medina, my partner, has a wheel. You put your name into the wheel, and on live show we spin the wheel, and one lucky winner for every 5 that pledged gets a short story prose that I wrote called Arc as a bonus. And so last night, Spooky TI2 was the winner. And our next spin the wheel is next Tuesday. And so right now, we got a guy named Brian who pledged last night. So we need 4 more to spin that wheel. So for every 5, all the way up to the end of the campaign, we're going to be spinning the wheel each week.
Man, I was hoping I would have won.
Yeah.
Hey, I forgot Lulu was here. Like, who's that? Who's speaking? Guys, go over there and check this campaign out. This book is slated to go out February 2022. So you go check out Forbidden issue number 2. Matter of fact, get the whole trade while you're there, that way you can get caught up on the story. And Sam will love you forever.
Yeah. And the only reason why I put February 2022 is because of the Postal Service saying there's going to be delays, and in the event there's any paper issues. But it goes out to print the day the campaign ends. So the sooner I get it, the sooner you'll get it. I just put that just to save myself any headaches in the event that there's a postal issue or paper issue.
Right. Smart. Because, that's what we've learned. Let's go over and check it out, folks. It's over on Kickstarter. It is Forbidden Issue 2, The Hunt, over on Kickstarter. Check it out today. You got 20 days left.
Isn't it also on Indiegogo?
Yes, it's both on. You can. So if you're not a Kickstarter fan, you can go on Indiegogo and pledge there as well, because I have a small group of followers on Indiegogo where I originally launched Forbidden Zero, that just won't convert. And so that's the reason why I did it there. And I didn't want to do one campaign after another because it's just too long. I need
you double dip at the same time. You can't be with both of them. You gotta treat one like a side chick. You can't be with both of them. You have to. I've been learning all of these. Well, I won't. There's a few unspoken rules in crowdfunding, and I think you can. I know you can run multiple campaigns. It's fine, but
well, they both have exclusive covers. So
yeah.
The Kickstarter exclusive, and there's an Indiegogo exclusive, so you can't get one on the other.
Yeah, Lola did that, and I was like, "Yeah, it looks good. It looks good." She did 2 different separate covers for both campaigns, and she's doing really well on both the Indiegogo and now on the Kickstarter. Let's look at this one here. I'm gonna pull this up. This just launched today, I believe, and I wasn't involved. No one involves me in the cool shit anymore. Probably because I'm like Tom Holland. I leak shit out. I put a watermark it quick. There we go.
What do you mean? I told you last night.
Yeah, I know. Very love the Gemini coupon. Can you find us one for bags and boards too? I wish I could find one for bags. Bags are like gone. Like Lola's lucky she bought a ton like last year. But bags are expensive. They said they tripled up on eBay trying to get comic book bags and boards. Yeah.
But then you used all mine, so now I have to buy more.
Oh, well, you're screwed. Okay. So here it is. Eric, tell us about American Bliss Father's Pride, Part 1.
Yes, we are starting the sign-up campaign, looking to get everybody sign up for notifications when we launch the full campaign. American Bliss is a patriotic superhero. Father's Pride Part 1. This is written by our good friend Michael Oden, published under Genuine Comics, part of the Genuine universe, which is the home of Perfect 10. And there's a whole litany, Earthling, the Power Trip book. There's a lot of great stories in there. That's actually Bliss's first appearance, if you got that Power Trip book. And we are ready to rock and roll on her first full 25-page comic adventure. Not to give too much away, but the title Father's Pride does kind of tell you a little bit about what's going on in the story. She's got some issues concerning her father, and those are going to come out. But this is a true to life American patriotic superhero fighting for truth, justice, the American way. And I get to draw some. I get to play around in Dave's universe, which is awesome. I loved drawing Chernobyl there, who's one of the big bad guys in the story. And so sign up, and we actually have a cosplayer that's putting the finishing touches on the cosplay. So that's going to be there'll be a free cosplay print that's going to come with signups, and probably some more stuff. Like I said, we just launched this, so we're probably going to be dropping some more stuff in the sign up page, possibly a video, maybe some more sign up goodies. I already have about between 30 and 40 people, I think, signed up. So make sure and get your name on there and check it out.
It is fun playing with other people's characters. And then I always take artistic license. Like, you know what this guy needs? He needs a higher collar. Ooh, and seams. I get real Jim Lee like it with it. He needs seams and piping down his costume. Then it looks like a mess. But
oh yeah, no, I totally get you. And there's lots of little ins and outs, like looking at because what I had to work with was I worked with what was done for the Power Trip issue, and as far as the model sheet goes, and different artists are going to translate things differently. So it's a lot of fun with the little ins and outs there. I got the boss's permission. I'm going to share page 4. There's no text balloons yet, but this is the final full colored page for page 4, where the heat of the moment. She's rescued some folks, trying to go find the big bad guy who likes to create explosions.
I like that color too. I see she saved electrician. I missed the opportunity to have that be Vicky Volt. I missed the opportunity there. Yeah. I missed the opportunity there. I gotta move faster, man. I gotta move faster. And again, you can go sign up for that on Indiegogo. Sign up today. Anything special for signing up? Anything you might get early? Like if you sign up.
Well, we do have we got the cosplay print, and I'm trying to convince him to let me give away like a sketch card or two to anybody who has signed up. So still working on that one. Yeah. So get your email address and your name in there on there now, please.
Eric, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Travis.
I want to make sure that this shirt is available in Michigan at the mall before I come up.
Eric, you got some hate mail.
I got hate mail.
Yeah, from Thursday. From Tuesday. Let me to read it.
Okay.
I'm very upset with what Eric, ERIC, even though it was you, said about his time and not charging more than $50 for a sketch cover. Not everyone can afford over that for a sketch cover. Why can't you make it cheaper? Why can't you do a sketch cover for someone for $25 to $50? I don't understand. They go on for a while. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't understand.
I got a word salad this morning.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah. I don't understand asking $200 to $500 for a sketch cover like so many of you greedy artists ask for. Full color or not, it's insane. And most of the time, you are drawing someone else's IP. How dare you ask for more than $50, Eric? It is not our fault that we can't afford the art. We are trying to help you make a living and feed yourself and your family.
I'm sorry.
Eric, you monster. How dare you?
I mean, gosh.
How dare you value your time?
And Eric.
To this person's credit, I mean, if you're him and hawing over that, you've probably got other bigger problems financially than whether or not you can afford more than $50 for a sketch cover. And yes, it is your fault if you cannot afford more than that. Hate to break it to you, but that's the way economics work.
I could
Yeah.
look. Oh, go ahead.
Eric can get you to his crypto, his thing, and he can help you out right now.
Yes, sure. Get yourself some sheep coin and wait a few years, and maybe you'll be a millionaire. Who knows?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, my response to this is, why can't you serve French fries for $5 an hour? What do you need $15 an hour for?
Right?
So yeah, no, like
I mean, I can't even get good food service anymore anyway for however much they are paying. So it's not going to get any better. I'm not, if you have a work ethic, you have a work ethic. It's regardless of how much you're getting paid.
I have a question for our writers here. So someone comes up to you at a show and they say, "Hey, I really like your comic or your comic. Could you write me a script? I want to commission a script from here. A little quick 5-page short story here at the show. How much?" Now, how does that work? How would that work as a commission? Would you do, Travis? Would you do that? Would you be able to do knock out a 5-page short story that someone's doing at a convention? Like they come to you and they say, "I love your writing. I want a short story. Could you write it for me? Here's, what's the price on that? And would you do it? I guess would you do it first, and then what's the price?"
Well, I mean, I've done backups for people. So I've done backup stories in several books, over the years. So there is a price for that. But, someone to have me bang it out at a con like that, I don't even know how I would start to do that. Like, do I have my laptop? Do you have pen and paper? Like there's so many variables that are unnecessary. And I would just say no, is what it would translate to. But, but even that, I would charge my normal rate, which is $20 a page. So it would be, I would recommend them going to get a sketch cover for somebody because it's a better value for that $100.
Well,
I got an idea for you, Travis. See, come up with your own Mad Libs. And then just when if somebody asks for that, it's like, okay, what's your name? All right, and then you put your name on there. Do some, there you go.
Well, I mean, imagine this too, though. Like, does that transfer ownership of the story? Like, you come to me, you commission a story. You like, "I like your writing," and then I write you the story and give it to you, and then next year you got it at the show as a book.
Well, there's actually been a precedent where people have been sued. Like, I hired Eric to do like a sketch cover for me, a blank sketch cover, and I've used that. And even if it's my character, and I've used it as an actual cover later, there's been precedents where people have been sued where I agreed to this. I did not agree to printing.
Yeah.
There's been cases where people have done that, where hey, draw my sketchbook, and then that's a cover for whatever. And they're like, that's not what I agreed to.
Right. Like Scott Zambelli was telling me that when he does a piece for a person that he's transferring all rights, like he's never going to own that piece. He's drawing it because it is going to be the property of that person. He charges more because he,
So unless the creator of a work specifically in writing transfers the right to use that work for that purpose, that's called a license, then no, that person does not have the right to reprint that legally. So in any way, shape, or form. So if you create an image, you have that belongs to you, even if and you can even do like original artwork of licensed characters and sell that original artwork, but you can't then turn it around and reprint it and then make money off of it. So
unless you own a kiosk in the mall.
Unless you own a kiosk in the mall, in which case, I believe that's the Mall Kiosk Act of 1997 that automatically covers the butts of anybody working in a mall. Or
you got to be West Coast.
You got to be West Coast, and
So the client may certainly own the characters, and that is their intellectual property, by commissioning you to create a art or a writing featuring that character. They are by implication giving you license to do that, and you have proof of that by way of the money exchange. That said, and that then kind of exists in this weird limbo place of it's both of your properties. So if you turned around, so like the actual work itself that you made, that's yours, and you can kind of do with it whatever you want. But they then do not have the right to then go and reprint it, and it does not then automatically become theirs just because it is featuring them or their characters or what have you. They need to acquire that license in some kind of official capacity. Again, not an intellectual property lawyer. This is just what I love most. So
I got a piece from Mike Grill. He drew my character, and loved it. Loved Mike Grill drawing that character, and it was I have the picture, and he gave me a certificate of authenticity and everything, and I'm like, I can never reprint this. And I was gonna reach out to him and say, hey, Mike, can I at least put this in the back of my book? You know, not to make money on it, but can I at least put it in the back? By the way, folks, go ahead and check out American Bus on Indiegogo. Go sign up Father's Pride Part 1 so that Eric can get that. He can get those sketch cards for us. Be pretty exciting. I'll just go get mine. I'll knock at his door. That sketch card at Eric.
You owe me $150 still, man. So
nah, man. Hey,
you ain't getting crap.
West Side, man. I gotta make money, Chief.
I'll give you my East Side if you keep that up.
We got the now I know all I gotta do is put one shoulder forward, go up the West Side, let it linger for a second, and say, hey, gotta make money, Chief.
What is Michigan West Side or East Side? Like, it's kind of in the middle. Like, where do you guys just get to pick? Like, do you guys?
Yeah, we do because our basketball team is Eastern Conference, but the Red Wings are West Coast. West Coast. It's like we just pick where we want to go. We don't. Yeah, I mean, I could be the west side of Detroit, the east side of Detroit, Yeah, West Side. I mean, even though we don't even live on the east anymore. We just live far as hell away from everything.
But I'm from the west side of Detroit.
That's right.
Right from the west side, man.
West Side. Thank you guys, and also from Indie Vote Radio, got up to 84,000 listening today. Eric, long as you aren't giving him your South Side. Well, you could just turn around, pat your ass. I'm really getting nothing.
That's the After Dark show.
Yeah. Guys, I also wanted from Indie Vote Radio last statement from Indie Vote Radio, and this one, and this is pretty bizarre. So, had my artwork stolen at a convention, 2 portfolios worth gone. I was bitter about it, asked around, no one had seen the art. A year passes, I go back to the same convention, and a gentleman walks up to me with my portfolios. They're priced from a local pawn shop. Now, this guy's out of Arizona, by the way. I don't want to put the pawn shop on blast, but he says that, I'm trying to read so I don't put people on blast, but he says, the owner, the person who now owns my prints or my art, says that he bought them from someone in his pawn shop, and when he realized that my name was on them, he brought them to the show to see if I'd like to buy them back. He's asking $1,000 per portfolio. These are 40-page portfolios. You've seen them, black ones. They sell it like every Hobby Lobby or Michaels of original art. I'm very upset about it. I decided not to buy them because I felt like my art isn't even worth that much to me. Guys, what would you do? Now this is the pawn shop owner who's come in possession of your art. What do you do? Do you tell him, hey, that's my shit, give it up? Or do you contact the person that you bought it from? You should have their ID, right? Turn it over to the police. That's my stuff. There's ways to get your art back legally, especially if you can prove that you didn't sell it. I don't know. What would you do, guys?
I mean, it's against the law to buy stolen items.
No.
So
yeah,
if something is stolen from you, if you file a police report right away, that way you have it on record. And if it ever turns up again, then you can proceed with litigation to acquire your property back.
And then you figure too, a year later, hey, is the pawn shop owner? Is he the thief? Did he steal it and say, I'll come back in a year? God, that's a variant grant plan if I've ever heard one. I'll come back in a year. This guy wants his artwork back.
It's a lot of effort for not a lot of payout.
It was because I remember when Eminem his his rhyme book went missing. He was in the airport. I guess he said he turned his head for a second and looked back, and his rhyme book he had for years was missing. And he offered a reward for anybody who would find the rhyme book or turn it back in. I think it was like a $10,000 reward. It never surfaced, as far as I know. But would you offer a reward for your art if it went missing, like 2 portfolios worth, or would just
Is it original stuff or is it
originals? Yeah,
just prints.
Originals.
Well, I mean, first lesson here is don't bring original art in your portfolio to the con. Print that shit. I guess personally, if it was me, again, document. If there's one thing I've learned when it comes to legality and stuff, it's documentation in the same way location is to real estate. But no, if I were in that situation, I would come back to that pawn shop owner and say, oh, okay, how about you give me my portfolio back, and I will not report to the police that you are trafficking in stolen merchandise. So that sounds like a much better deal to me.
Yeah, you son of a bitch, get out of my store.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I would think that it's pretty easy to prove that it's yours. If you took any pictures at that con and you see the stack, I think it's pretty easy to prove it. And he's going to have a hard time selling it anyway. So at the end of the day, yeah, it sucks. Like, I don't even know why anybody would open a pawn shop. Like, it seems miserable. Police are always coming to you going, hey, do you got this stolen thing? Like, that just sounds like a miserable job prospect. Like, I don't even want to do that. But I've lost... I lost a box of my rare broke down covers. So I lost a whole box of them. And it's devastating to me. I've never seen it on eBay. I literally probably think the con probably threw them away because I accidentally left the box. It probably wasn't stolen. But if someone came up to me, I'd probably buy it back. I really would. I'd probably be like, all right, how much? Because I can flip it way more than you can. So I don't know.
Sam, would you ask for it back, or would you pay?
It all depends. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't file a police report, then my hands are tied. I think it starts there. No, I wouldn't pay somebody. That's extortion in my eyes. I'm not going to pay you.
Literally extortion. Yes.
I need to go back to my old teenage days and wait till you get to the alley or something. But for me, it's like, yeah, I think if you had the police report, then you can go from there, because then the police can ask for material evidence like a receipt. How long did he save any? Most retailers don't save video for more than 90 days, but you never know. You can get lucky. But if you can get that information going, but other than that, there's nothing you can do unless you want to, use your hands. But that's it. That's it.
Sin Killer says, ask for the receipt to the owner and the guy who sold it. But first, he had to do a police report about the stolen artwork. Yeah, if you got a police report, you can say, look, I mean, it's what Genuine says, I can't write at a convention. I had to learn to draw at one. So, I can imagine writing would be rough. Matt says, back in the day, I had a Joe Montana rookie car stolen from a friend of mine who was selling it at a card show. Value then $200. Value now $2,500. That's the
wow. Ouch.
Ugh. It happens, especially those small shows, man. I hear those are bad for theft. Like, someone will take your shit quick. Guys, we're reaching the end of our show. I'm gonna let everyone tell where they can be reached. We'll start with Travis first. Travis, where can people find you online, sir?
Nowhere. I'm never online. I don't post. I don't believe in the internet, so I'm really hard to find. No. Jester Lou on Instagram or Twitter, or Travis Gibb on Facebook. BrokeDown4DeadBuddies.com, or any of my properties from Voodoo Nations to Cthulhu Invades. You can always find have a website for each and every single one, as well as Orange Cone itself.
Cool. And it was confirmed to me, by the way, this morning. I know everyone has talked about it. Like, hey, which timeline do we live in? We live in the darkest one. Because this morning I woke to news that they're rebooting Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Rebooting what?
Roadhouse.
No,
wasn't that Ronda Rousey?
No, this is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah. Look it up, John. Look it up, guys, and look at Eric. His soul is breaking. That's part of Eric there. He's like, well, that was it.
Roadhouse 2 was bad enough, but not a reboot.
Eric's like, that's it. That's the convergence right there. We don't know what happens past this point.
Equally bad news. We're getting a live action One Piece.
Yeah, that's gonna be awful.
How does that even work?
It won't.
Yeah.
It's not supposed. Well, it's supposed to work, but it won't. Nathan, where can people find you at, sir?
I'm with Travis. The internet is a liberal conspiracy. Let's see. My Kickstarter for Impure Blood Volumes 1 through 4 is currently live. You can find that on Kickstarter by Googling Impure Blood. IMPUREBLOOD, just like it sounds. Otherwise, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Nathan Luth Illustration. And you can always check out my portfolio and all the goofy stuff that I do at nathanluthillustration.com.
There's Mr. Lyman, who hasn't been on the show in a while. I miss Josh on the show. He needs to get his butt back on. Sugar Chris, we already had a Western One Piece. It was Stretch Armstrong.
Damn it.
And Josh had said, by the way, humans, cameras, drama, social buzz, the usual. Yeah, we have drama here on this show. It's great. Nathan, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. This was super interesting.
And we're going to keep an eye on your projects and future projects. And Mr. Vera.
What's up, everybody? You can catch me on Catch the Craze. Anywhere you type, just Catch the Craze with a D-A, not a T-H-E, and it'll take you all over, whether it's on Tumblr, Reddit, Instagram, Facebook. It's all Catch the Craze. We're, the home for the indies. So, from the undiscovered to the mainstream independents, we talk to them every week. So come and check it out. And then check out Forbidden right now. 20 days left on Kickstarter or Indiegogo. Pick your poison. We offer the same perks on both sides.
Josh says he's home for the holiday, so he'll come by. No worries. And he says, it's running to live action adaptations. Yeah, humans, camera, drama, social business. Mike says, go Travis, sell all the holiday spirits.
Yes.
All the holiday spirits. John, are you there?
So you guys, everyone can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at @starsky_comics, and you can back the project on Indiegogo. It's called Aslan the Awakening.
Cool. And I'll make sure these links are in the description of the video on YouTube afterwards. I have to put them up there. I'm sorry they're not there right now. Dreaded Dinosaur, sir, where can you be found?
Well, I am at Dreaded Dinosaur on Instagram, Twitter. You could even use it to find me on that Facebook platform that nobody likes anymore. And check out ericotson.com, buy some prints, help me pay the bills. Look up Dreaded Dinosaur Man on Webtoon and Tapas and read that. But please follow at Genuine Comics on Twitter so you can get all the updates on American Bliss. Super excited to be a part of this project and can't wait to get it done and see it in people's hands.
Cool. Indie Princess, how about you, ma'am?
The best way to track me down is go to Linktree indie_princess. You can find all my links there, including a link to Lore, which is on Kickstarter right now. And I have 33 hours left, guys. So go check it out before it is gone.
I would share your screen, but you're on the show and you're a host. I mean, that makes it's like, that really want to show her campaign.
He doesn't care about me.
Your campaign is like.
Well, the link to my campaign is in the chat, guys. So if you want to check it out, look in the chat or just go to any of my social medias and you'll find links all over the place.
Yeah, we're not playing. All right. So I will say though that it is on. It's where are you at? 33 hours, 45 backers. Here, I'll be cute and I'll just flash it real quick. I'll flash it. Can't get it. There it is. Lord on Kickstarter. $1,337, $650 goal. She's past that, so it's an adult book, but she's worked hard on it. This is the Kickstarter exclusive covers, so a lot of this stuff here is only on Kickstarter. There was an Indiegogo campaign that closed recently that had some exclusives too. So here's your second chance to get this book, different platform. So Kickstarter, go check out Lore today from the Indie Princess Lola.
And she's backed 48 people, and she's only got 48 backers. So that means there's a few of you guys who owe her.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, she.
Yeah, I'm a super backer on Kickstarter.
Nice.
She's been ordering books, and they come in the mail, and then we realize we got the same book. Like, can we talk about this before you start ordering books next time, please? And then of course you can catch me, Lola. Brandon's going to show up at the Grand Rapids Comic Con. Dreaded Dinosaur will be at the Grand Rapids Comic Con. It's going to be a good time. Grand Rapids Comic Con starts Friday, and it's going to be it's a 3-day event. Can't wait. I'm excited for it. I think that
4 p.m. on Friday, I'll be doing a panel on how to draw. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, and I got one on indie comics and distribution and the business of it. It's gonna be a good time. I got a couple of different panels. I'm moderating some, so I'm excited about that.
Day 733. Everything is beginning to blur together. At last.
It's been a long time, and we're glad to have you back.
It's time for Grand Rapids Comic-Con.
Grand Rapids Comic-Con, November 12th to the 14th at the Devos Place. For tickets and more, visit grcomiccon.com.
Secret, that wasn't filmed at the Devos Center. That was filmed at the other. That was filmed at the Deltaplex because the Devos Center is huge. Yeah, so can't wait. I'm gonna be setting up tonight actually, and then so I can be lazy and not do it tomorrow. It's gonna be great. So stop by and see us. We're hosting panels. I can't record any of the panels that is against SAG and the DeVos Center rules. So if you can pop in live, please do. If you can show up there. I'm not saying somebody with a camera in the crowd won't be recording something, but we're not able to do it. It's frowned upon. So check us out. By the way, guys, listen, if you want to send in a question, it's really easy to do that. Send those questions into IndieVoteLive@IndieVote.com. Include IndieVote Live in the subject, and please keep those emails to 90 words or less so I can put them on a card. You usually don't do that for Breakfast Buzz anymore, but it's there if you want to do it. IndieVote Radio closing out here with 87,000 folks listening. I rounded up because like 86.
Always.
8 something. So thank you guys for listening on IndieVote Radio. You can download IndieVote Radio on Google Play. If you have an iPhone, you can download the TuneIn or Streamer app and listen to IndieVote Radio. You can also listen to it on our website, indievote.com. There's a radio player right there on the front of the page. You can scroll down and listen. Also, ask your Amazon device, Alexa, to play IndieVote Radio for you. You might teach her the skill, but you can be listened to there as well. So check that out. And if you get tired of the radio, you want to feel your eye holes or something, well, here you go. Eye holes, yeah. Roku, our Roku channel, IndieVote TV, is free. It's on Roku. Look it up. The image is a little different. I need to update this screen because this isn't how it looks anymore. But IndieVote TV, you can download it on the Roku. It's free. It's over-the-top network like Netflix. Lots of independent movies from people who've poured their heart and soul. We got some animation up there. We got a lot of cool stuff on IndieVote TV. Some long-form videos back when we had like really low numbers and YouTube would like harass us and say, you can't say that on our platform. Or we take it off of their platform, put it on YouTube where they had no power. So very happy to have our channel. So make sure you check it out. That's it for us, guys. Everyone have a great weekend.
What about Liberty?
Oh, yeah, Liberty. I already pimped Liberty once. But here it is. Here. I think. Here it is.
Hey, it's Belle from Liberty Entertainment Distribution. We've got quality indie comics in hand ready to ship to you now. Yes, really. And it gets better. At Liberty, publishers set their own wholesale pricing, and we don't take any fees, so don't wait. Call or visit me today at ledg.us or call 1-800-525-2091.
There she is. Believe it or not, the first voice. Let it be known that the first voice of Belle in the history, if there's ever a Liberty Wikipedia, the first voice of Belle is me. With a lot of voice modification on. I'm oddly proud and ashamed at the same time. So yeah.
Yo, Varian.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a lawsuit? I think Michael Odin stole your character and had Eric withdraw it. I think.
Which character was this? Was this the
Liberty?
Like, yeah.
I see some similarities.
I'm gonna talk to Odin and Genuine Comics and say, look, guys, I think I deserve something. Give me your ad in the book. I had someone tell me, I when you sign up or you say, hey, you want your name in the book? I'm like, yeah. What would you want your name as? I said, I'll just put Indie Volt in there, indievolt.com or Indie Volt Media LLC. And they said, I can't. And I said, oh, well, they said, can I just put your name? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And I said, well, why can't you put indievolt.com in there? And they said, oh, well, I signed an exclusive deal with another indie website, and I can't be seen promoting any other one. I respected that, though. It wasn't like, like that was part of the deal. So I respected it and went about my business. And, it's like, okay, that's fine. We doing that now? That's dirty pool, guys. That's dirty pool. But hey, listen, I'm like Jay-Z. Don't let me do it to y'all. Overdo it. I can get dirty, too. I can get petty. I become quite the princess when I'm petty.
And you can pick West or East Coast. So, like,
that's right. That's right. That's my new face for everything. West Side. I got to make that money, Chief. Watch for that shirt coming to Indie Vote, the Indie Vote shop very soon. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to take us out of here. Everyone have a great weekend. Remember to leave this industry in a better place than you found it every day. And as Daphne Lade says, buy indie comics, especially ours. We're out of here, folks. Thank you.
See ya.
How can you close me up? On what ground?
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
You're winning, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Everybody out at once.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.